Hello, everybody. My name is Harlequin Murray, and I am your co-host this evening. And it is my great pleasure and honor to introduce our main speaker today. It is Miss Ellen Winn, and she grew up here just outside of Atlanta, Georgia, on a farm, and ended up going on to become a corporate trainer and operations director for Domino's Pizza. Did that for several years. And then in 1997, she left corporate America to become her own business owner. And she opened up a couple of restaurants, and she's been a business owner ever since. Now, when we initially met, she was the national training director for a network marketing company, and she was a partner in a huge training center here in Atlanta. So, Ellen is very much into training and helping people, but she is DAC's first and only area director at this time, as well as a 3-time agent of the month. And without further ado, let me introduce to you to Miss Ellen Winn. Take it away, Ellen.
Hey, Harlequin, thank you. I appreciate that. Always appreciate those kind words from you. And I love taking that walk down memory lane as I'm listening to you, the change of going from employee to business owner and never looking back. So super excited that you guys are here. If this is the first time you've ever joined us on one of our team Zooms, I do this every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And we'll go typically about an hour, sometimes a little less, sometimes a little over, depending on how many questions we have at the end. But as you're going through this with us, grab a pen and paper. You'll definitely want to take some notes. And then if anything comes up that you're not clear on after I go through what I want to cover, then I'll open it up for Q&A. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to get us into screen share mode and start out with our top producers, as I do every week. And got a little bit of a different twist on it this week. But Harlequin, let me see. Let me go back over. There we go. Are you seeing the screen okay? All right, perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so this is a tradition that was started a little over a year ago. DAC was announcing our top recruiters as we were really in a recruiting push. And I started doing it with my team. In addition to the ones that DAC was naming, I decided that I would recognize the people on my team that were on the corporate leaderboard. Well, DAC is not doing that corporate leaderboard right at this time, but I have continued on that tradition. So let's get into it. The top recruiters for the week of November the 4th through November the 10th. In first place, Eric Johnson, congratulations, 9 new agents. In second place, again, hitting the leaderboard, 25K approved, which is Shamika, 7 new agents. Congratulations. In third place, we had Alberto Hector with 4 new agents. Also tied in third was Mercy Funds. Grace had 4 new agents as well. Congratulations to you two. I came in fourth place with 3 new agent recruits. And in fifth place, we had a 2-way tie between Robert Fraser and Katina Willis, each having 2 new recruits apiece. Katina has been on the leaderboard for the past several weeks in a row, and she's been getting a lot of funding. So congratulations for making that left side of the leaderboard again, Katina. All right. Also, with 1 new agent apiece, we have Christina Adams. This is Christina's first new agent recruit. Congratulations to you. Sherrill JC Evans, glad to see you on the leaderboard, and congratulations on your new funding, JC. Seda Gomez had 1 new agent recruit. Sean Landry also had 1 new agent, and this is Sean's first new agent recruit. Congratulations. Thavone Lai had 1 new agent recruit. This is also Thavone's first new agent recruit. Terry Rank had 1 new agent. This is also Terry's first time recruiting a new agent. Congratulations to you. Then we had Kevin Rogers with 1 new agent recruit. Melvin Singleton got his toe in the water with recruiting for the first time with 1 new agent recruit, and Chris Bartalis with 1 new agent recruit for the week. So all of you that made it to the leaderboard, congratulations. Thank you for being deliberate about building your business. If your name's not on the leaderboard this week, you can change it just like that. That's how easy it is to get recruiting going in your business. And if you're having conversations with people about our opportunity or about our services, it's only a matter of time before you too will be making the leaderboard and you too will be having funded client deals, because it really is a simple business to share and it's a simple service to share. It just requires that you take some action in getting the word out about what we do. All right. Now, I want to remind everyone that when you bring in a new agent as the enroller, you can earn fast start bonuses on those new agents that you recruit in their first 30 days. So you bring in a new agent, and when they get a funded deal, their first funded deal, if it's within their first 30 days of getting started, you get a fast start match of 50% instead of 25%. And if you're amped up, meaning that you've had a personally funded client, a new funded client in the past 30 days, if you're amped, then you're going to match with 100% bonus. So if you help someone earn $600, you can earn a $600 matching bonus commission as well. So I love our fast start bonuses and our matching bonuses. So that leads me into talking a little bit more about leveling up and our compensation plan and how it really can fuel your future, because we're in the funding space, right? We're here to help small business owners get the funding that they can't get from their local bank. We're helping them generate more revenue by being able to offer customer financing or keep more of their revenue by offering our payment processing, where the customer pays the credit card fees instead of the business owner having to eat those fees. And we're also going to help them keep more money in their pocket by offering them a lower cost healthcare plan to offer to their employees, or help them retain better employees by offering a healthcare program as the #1 requested benefit in the employee job space today. So we have a full portfolio of services to help business owners make more money. And in return for you helping those business owners make more money, you're going to have an opportunity to put a lot of money in your pocket as that financial reward. And part of that, as you start getting clients, you're going to move up through the ranks, and we call that leveling up. But I want to give an example tonight of an agent who I recognized several weeks back when she first hit the rank of DAC 4, and that's Pamela Warnock. Pam had a funded client last week, a $30,000 funded client, okay? Since she is amped up, instead of getting the 3% base commission, Pam earned 6% of that $30,000 funding. So 6% of $30,000 client was a base commission of $1,800, all right? But because she's a DAC 4, there is a matching bonus of 30%. How does that work? If you look at the compensation document, DAC 4s earn an additional 30% match on their team. They are a part of their own team, so that 30% match gets paid to them on their personal commission. So how does that work? Well, you take 30% of that base commission. Since the base was 6% or 1,800, 1,800 times 30% meant another $540 that went into Pam's commission check. So her total commission was $2,340 just for having one conversation with a client. Okay. Now, I brought this to tonight's conversation because you can have conversations with business owners all day long, and that business is going to get a $5,000 funding or the business that gets a $30,000 funding. It really takes about the same effort on your part. So you can pick niches that are going to have a little bit higher value as far as the revenue that the business owner is generating, which is also going to increase their odds of getting approved for funding. And if they do get approved for a higher dollar amount, it means that you get a higher dollar amount as well as your commission. So I wanted to point that out, but get this, right? Now I went through the matching bonuses. As Pam's enroller, because I introduced her to DAC, I get either a 25% match or 50% match on her income, right? Well, I'm amped up, So I get the 50% match. Her 6% commission was $1,800, right? So 50% match of that is $900 that comes to me as her enroller. But as Harlequin introduced, I am a DAC AD, and as a DAC AD, I get an additional 10% match. So how does that work? If you look at the comp plan, Pam got the 30% as a DAC 4, but there's also a second generation 5%. So I get that 5% because I am the first upline DAC 4 or above, right? So I get an additional 5% there, plus the 5% difference between DAC AD and DAC 4. So total of 5 plus 5%, total of 10% match was another $180, 10% of that 6% base commission, right? So add it all together, and my matching bonus was $1,080 on top of the $2,340 that Pam earned on helping that one client. Now, I didn't even know that that funding was coming to fruition, right? I just heard or saw in the reports that there was volume in the back office, and I saw that, and I reached out to Pam telling her congratulations, and then I saw how much she made. So it was a win-win for her in a big way, and as the enroller earning that override without even having talked to the client, I get a reward for doing what I do with all of you guys, which is team building and support and encouragement and coaching and training along, which I do it anyway, but to be able to get financially rewarded for that is just icing on the cake. Okay, so let's go through a real quick example. What if Pam had not been amped up? Well, if she had not been amped up on that $30,000 client, she would have earned 3% instead of 6. So her base commission would have been $900, and that DAC 4 matching bonus, she still would have made that if she was at least engaged, and that would have been 30% of 900. So the match would have been 270, and her total commission would have been 1170 instead of the 2340. So the importance of you constantly having conversations and constantly promoting what we do is huge. You can see the magnification of double commissions versus the regular commission plan, or getting double because you're amped up and you're constantly building to have new clients coming in. I wouldn't shoot for one client a month. I would shoot for one client a week as a minimum. That way you're always amped up and you're starting to build that revenue. David talked today about how Shantae Roddy, our new agent of the month for November, is going to be doing her agent interview this Friday. Last Monday, I had said that it was going to be last Friday, which was announced, but they moved it forward to this Friday. And Shantae is making thousands of dollars a month. She had 3 new agents that got a funded deal in their first 30 days. So she's getting that 100% match on fast start bonuses. So look forward to hearing what she has to say on Friday. I want you to plug into that and start taking some massive action and being consistent with your activities so you too can start earning these types of commissions. You know, the average household, if they had an extra $500 a month coming in on top of their regular income, most people would be able to get out of debt, wouldn't be struggling. Look at how many hundreds of dollars you can add to your household income with this compensation plan. All right. So as I go through that, remember, to be eligible to earn matching bonuses at all, you have to be at least amped up. I'm sorry, engaged, at least engaged. Engaged, how do you get there? There's one of 3 ways. Either you're brand new and you're in your first 60 days as a new DAC agent, you have had a new or renewal funding in the past 60 days, or you have acquired 6 customer finance clients that are actively on the books on an ongoing basis. Those are the 3 ways for you to get engaged. If in that example with Pam, where I showed how if she wasn't amped up, she would have gotten 3% instead. Well, if she wasn't at least engaged, she would have only gotten 3%. She wouldn't have gotten the extra matching bonus. And that would have affected my income too, because I would have only gotten half of 3% instead of half of the 6%. Now I still would have gotten the matching bonuses, the extra 10% on that, because I was amped up and would have earned those overrides. All right, so talking about being engaged, can't help but remind everyone we've got a recruiting incentive going for the fourth quarter. If you've been with DAC longer than 60 days and you haven't gotten a funded client, meaning you're not engaged, DAC has a recruiting promotion going through the end of this year. So how that works is you recruit a new agent, and if they get a funding in their first 30 days and you've recruited that agent here in the fourth quarter, whether you're engaged or not, according to the compensation plan, you're still going to be eligible to get that 50% match on their fast start. Okay. So no excuses to not be recruiting. And, you know, I get questions all the time about, Ellen, I'm waiting. I'm working on having success myself before I start recruiting, because I want to prove to people that it works. Let me tell you my story. I signed up in June of 2018, and the first thing I started doing was recruiting. Honestly, I had been in the business for months before I got my first funded client. And by the time I got my first funded client, I had hundreds of people on my team, right? So I didn't need to prove that it worked, but boy, did it ever work, because when I got my first funded client, it was $150,000 deal. And I got a $4,650 commission check. At that time, the comp plan didn't pay as much as it does now, but I put my energy into recruiting because I saw the vision of what team building could create. And I'm sure glad that I did. So don't wait and try to prove that DAC works before you start recruiting a team. DAC works. It's just a matter of how diligently you're working the system as to how soon it will work for you to where you start actually earning income checks. But if you recruit someone sharp that goes and gets a client because of that fast start bonus in the first 30 days, you can earn a commission without even having a funded client on your own to begin with. Okay, so go after it and let's make some good stuff happen. I want to remind you before we go to Q&A that this coming Saturday, we have our Super Saturday event. We haven't done one of these in over a year, as far as a Super Saturday where we're going through with multiple trainers and multiple topics outside of what our normal training is. So you definitely want to make plans to be there. It'll start at 10 a.m. Eastern time. It's scheduled to go to 3, but I bet you it'll go to 5 because David will keep the microphones open doing Q&A after all of the training is completed. It'll be an awesome event. And for those of you that are near Atlanta or within driving distance and would like to come join us live, Harlequin and one of her personally enrolled agents, Alan McCurry, have secured a nice conference room in Alan's office space, okay? And they've extended the invitation for us to come in. So it'll be myself and Harlequin and Alan and some other people in the Atlanta market are going to be there live. I'll be doing part of the training on Saturday. I'll step out of the group room and go back to a quiet office where I can do that, but you guys will still see that on the big screen. But I would love to be able to see you guys and meet some of you in person. We've had these Zooms for so long, and I really feel like I get to know you through the video chat, but nothing like being able to be in the same room with some folks. So I sent out an email yesterday asking for you to register. I sent a link. All you need to do is fill in your name and your email address. As soon as I see how large that list is, I'll send it out. We're capped at about 20 people. Is that right, Harlequin?
Actually, we can fit a little bit more than that. But
okay.
Yeah. And it's set up as a classroom. So there's going to be tables for everybody. So for those people who are a little bit anxious about being close into people, it's set up as a really nice conference room.
Yeah, classroom where you'll have a table to write on and be able to sit and take notes, right? Awesome. Yeah, so here's the deal. You got to get registered, and it needs to be a big turnout for us to disrupt our day to go set up at a conference room instead of sitting in our home offices and doing this. So if you're interested, go back to the email. I'll also send that link out again tonight with the recording of this Zoom. so you can get registered. And again, if you do register, please make sure that you plan on attending. There's no cost. It's totally free. You can just watch it from home by yourself or with a couple of team members or your family or whatever. But I encourage you to come out if you can, because that's a part of building teams. I love getting to know people and getting to see people in person and really create those relationships. So looking forward to meeting those of you that are going to be able to come out and participate here in Atlanta. Okay. All right. So that is all I have on my slideshow tonight. Really just wanted to drive home the point of getting busy and having activity to create clients and start getting clients on your own. If you're not participating in the Craigslist ads to have a passive method of putting it out there to clients that we offer funding, then you need to get into my folder, my team documents folder. It costs $5 to $7 to run an ad if you follow the training that is in that folder. And if you're not doing that and at least picking a few places to put those ads out there, I get calls every single day from different methods I have on my outreach, from either Craigslist ads, or people have found me on Google, or someone has referred me, or I've left a drop card with someone, or I've put it in the window of a truck at a local shopping mall when I've stopped in to do my normal errands. Guys, this opportunity is huge, but again, you've got to be the one that's taking the initiative to get the word out and communicate with folks. So at this time, I want to open up and see if we've got any questions, or Harlequin, if you'll look in the chat there and see if there's any questions or comments that need to be addressed there, that will be great. You raise your hand. There is the virtual hand raise button at the bottom of the screen there if you want to ask something.
Yeah, we don't have anything in the chat.
I see that. We've got a quiet group.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of folks are on here. I see Edwin's got his hand up. A lot of folks come on live, but then I can also see the replay numbers. And we have a lot of people that watch this on a replay. I know 8 o'clock Eastern time is 5 o'clock in Pacific time. So we've got folks on the West Coast that are just getting off work when we're getting started. So Edwin, I see you've unmuted. What question do you have for us tonight? Or Sunny, I should say.
Well, yeah, I prefer Sunny. That's my middle name. But I have had a rocky road starting this. I am very busy business specialist for 34 years, running my own company. I have worked with a gentleman who approached me with this opportunity at a tremendously, extremely busy time in my life. And I said, look, if you want me to be involved in something, you need to take the time to learn about it and be able to explain it to me. Oh, you just need to go to this website. Well, I said, look, I don't have time. Give me the gist of it. Take time to learn more about it. Get back to me. So I called, and the only time I had available, I said, look, I got a minute. You want to run it down by me? Fusion, working in the evenings from 12 to 9 and running my own business and doing my physical therapy in another town. And I don't have time for anything but concise brevity. And I tell him, give it to me straight. And because he's got me into things before that have not panned out, cost me a lot of time and money. So when I finally gave him the minute, he said, well, hold on, I'll connect you with somebody. I said, look, sir, I don't need you. I want you to know I'm a business specialist for 34 years, been in sales 43 years. I started with Prudential. I run my own business, B2B especially, for 34 years. I have a host of products. I'm used to working with professionals peer to peer, so I am working with merchants day in and day out as my livelihood. So if you have something to say, I was hoping Lloyd would have been able to tell me, now I got to deal with you. Well, it kind of like he took offense. I said, I just don't have time to give you on this unless you have it all. And so we got sideways. And so we hung up the next, and he called me back and cursed me. And I sent him a email response. Said, look, you cursed me. You didn't know what I asked you to know. Please don't contact me again. And that's where it left off three weeks ago. I really still don't know much about what you're doing, other than I assume you're extending the opportunity to get unsecured signature loans with people of a certain credit rating. That's what I already do, but it's only 400,000.
Okay. Yeah. So
That's our limit. I don't know that I need more, but I am curious about this, but I'm not receptive to working with this organization or the opportunity under the present circumstances. I took the time to
understand.
get
And
on board hoping that, let me finish this, please.
yeah,
It'll be
I'm
real
having a hard
short.
time hearing you, Sonny.
Hoping-
Part of what you're saying, you're
Oh,
breaking up. Your microphone is
Oh,
breaking up. So I'm not
okay.
really getting 100% of what you're saying.
All right.
So what I want to
So-
do real quick, and I'll let you
Yeah.
finish, is I'm going to recap what I think I'm hearing you say with everything that's breaking up. Someone introduced you to DAC. Did you sign up as an agent?
Only because of our past relationship. I hope that he would take the effort to do something besides pass me off to somebody else, because it seems like he doesn't really want it. He just wants somebody to make money off it. He never
Right, I
really.
understand. Well, that's not a conversation that we need to have in this open forum with everybody here. I'll be
That's
glad
fine.
to talk to you offline about
All right.
that. Okay,
Where else I came for is to learn about the product, period. And am I right? You're doing unsecured signature loans?
yeah, we are. They're signature loans for business owners only, right? It's revenue-based lending. Whatever their monthly revenue is, we can typically get them 1 to 2 times that if they're doing at least 15 a month. If they're doing less than 15 a month, but at least 5,000, we can typically get them about 75% of that. That in a nutshell is what we do. It is unsecured. It's a signature loan, no collateral, which is unsecured, of course, and they only have to have a 450 or 500 credit score. We're going to look at their cash flow more than what their credit score is. And then our underwriters are going to really do a financial snapshot of what's going on to make a determination of what they're going to offer. But we have an underwriting team that does all that. As an agent, all we really do is connect the client with our websites by knowing which website we're going to point them to, whether it's a Bank Breezy loan or whether it is our Bank Breezy funding or whether it's a DAC product. But we have in-depth training on that, Sonny, with a required training video that's on the Agent Resource Center. It takes about an hour to go through, but David Rutz, our company founder, really breaks down the basics of our Bank Breezy, which is our totally online program. And then he breaks down the DAC funding so that you can determine which product is a good suit for the client. Plus, we also have a PDF that is a great side-by-side cheat sheet to be able to look real quickly and say, oh yeah, you might be a good fit for this program, especially since you're already in that funding space. But let me apologize for whoever it was that you were talking about that introduced you here, and sounds like they kind of fumbled the ball. I'll be glad to have an offline conversation with you. I am the senior team leader here with my whole organization. I've been with the company since June of 2018, and I'm here to support anybody and everybody, whether they personally enrolled with my agent link or not. So I'll be glad to help you. I appreciate you bringing an issue to the table here tonight. And I want to get that addressed so that we can get your questions answered, get you pointed in the right direction, and get you working with the right person. Okay.
Very much. Very okay. Thank you.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you.
You have a way to reach me?
You want to reach out to me, you can send me an email at workwithellen@gmail.com.
ELLEN?
ELLEN. I'm making a note of your name right now, Sonny.
Sonny Mendez.
Gotcha.
I'm going to send you an email from my company email.
Okay.
Zero fees for life. I'm going to use a Gmail. Okay.
Okay.
Here, I'm gonna compose it right now. Give me that again. Work with Ellen.
workwithellen@gmail.com. You got it. Okay. Thank you, Sonny. I appreciate
All right.
that very much.
I'm gonna put as per. Yes, ma'am. Thank you for the courtesy and the time.
Yeah, absolutely. I see Roxana has her hand up. What do you have for us tonight, Roxana? Let's see. Can you unmute? Well, you were there. Where'd you go, Roxana? Here we go. I see you there again. Do you not have a question?
She said it was an accident,
Okay, got it.
but we do have a question in the
Yes.
chat.
Okay.
Excuse me. It says, "Hi, Ellen and everyone. My name is Stephen Winata. I just joined last week. Besides Craigslist ads, do you recommend other paid ads like Facebook or Google? If you do you always start with Bank Breezy?"
If I'm doing paid ads outside of the inexpensive Craigslist ads, I recommend Google. I personally don't know of anyone who's having success with Facebook. There may be some folks out there who are, but I've been working with one of my team members that has had tremendous success on Facebook advertising with his insurance business. And he has tweaked it and played with it multiple times and has not been able to get through the Facebook regulatory commission, I'll say, because they'll put his ad up and then they'll take it down saying it's violating their terms and conditions, because it tends to be discriminatory when you're laying out what the parameters are of our funding, right? You're saying that you got to meet these requirements, and the Facebook ad team does not like that we're trying to narrow down to the right target, because Facebook ads can be extremely expensive. So I would do pay-per-click if you're doing advertising, but Bank Breezy, yes, but I don't use bankbreezy.com. I use the 25K Today tab on David Allen Capital page. If they go there, they're going to have an opportunity to see all of the other services that we market. I was using bankbreezy.com, but I have found through my own personal experience and at least 3 agents on the team who were running pay-per-click ads with Google, they got their ad account shut down, because Google too, with their ad team that is making approvals or declining ads, they have determined that the bankbreezy.com link, they say that we are trying to appear as a bank and that we are a bait and switch. Now, that's not how we are, and that's not who we are, but that's what Google has determined, and the folks that are approving ads are not. So if you try to put up a bankbreezy.com ad, you may have your ad account shut down. On the other side of that, like I said, if you're using davidallencapital.com / up to 25K today, I forget how that is worded on the link, / your ID number, make sure you add that in at the end. I have not had an issue using the DAC URL. So that would be the recommendation if you're doing ads. But before you get into spending money, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you go through your warm market contact list. We're going to be talking about that in detail on Saturday with some of the training that's going to be done. And that is your fastest way to start making money. It's your fastest way to get the word out. And it's going to be the method that is really going to fuel your business for the long term. When I got started, I didn't start running ads. I only started running ads a few months ago as an additional means of bringing in additional daily activity for my business. But for the longest time, I was just doing warm market and reaching out to people that I knew and asking for referrals and going through my warm market network. So advertising is probably last on my list for someone to get started to start having success. But if that's what you want to do, have at it. You can also add that in. I just wouldn't recommend that you do that as your only means of trying to get clients. So good question. Thank you for that question. All right. And I see Jesse has a hand raised, so I'm going to ask Jesse to unmute.
Hey, Ellen. Hey,
Hey,
guys.
Jesse.
So I have two questions. Well, one, can you drop the link for the Craigslist info on?
Yeah, I'll send it out in my email to the team tonight. This video gets played on YouTube, so I don't disclose that for just anybody to have access to. It's kind of proprietary. Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll include that.
Okay.
Are you on my email list?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then my next question is, in terms of the financing, how viable is that for real estate companies?
As far as which financing are you referring to specifically?
The Bank Breezy.
Okay, so Bank Breezy is intended for small businesses that are doing at least $5,000 a month. When you say real estate companies, give me an example of someone you're thinking about.
So basically, the way the business is set up, they do like fix and flips, but they also have some properties that they hold that tenants can pay rent every month.
Okay. Yeah, so that's really the only scenario we're going to be able to help somebody that does fix and flips, because if that's what they're doing, they usually don't have our minimum requirement of 3 deposits a month. Okay, so that's going to be one of the requirements that will eliminate a lot of people in the real estate space. But if they do have rental properties and they've got regular monthly income coming in and at least 3 deposits, and they're doing at least $5,000 a month in revenue, then they would qualify for at least our Bank Breezy product. I like to point people to David Allen Capital. If out of their last 90 days, if we look at their last 90-day bank statements, out of the 3 months that we're looking at, what's the lowest revenue of those last 3 months or the last 90 days? If the lowest revenue of the last 90 days is at least 15,000, I'm going to take them through David Allen Capital site instead of Bank Breezy. Reason being, Bank Breezy, whatever their volume is each month, they're only going to get an offer for about 75% of that. So if they're doing 20,000 a month, they're only going to get an offer for about 15,000 going through Bank Breezy. But if they're doing 20,000 and we take them through David Allen Capital, they could potentially get an offer between 20,000 and 40,000, because the DAC side will offer them 1 to 2 times what their current monthly revenue is. But again, 15,000 is the minimum that they have to be doing on their worst month out of the past 3 to be able to send them through the DAC funding. So does that help? Does that answer your question, or do you have something else too?
No, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Awesome. Well, I'll make a note to add the Craigslist folder to my email tonight, along with the registration link. All right. Thank you, Jesse. Good to see you.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Anybody else? I've got Thomas. Well, I'm going to ask you to unmute. How you doing, Thomas?
Doing okay. Can you all hear me?
Can hear you fine. Yes.
Okay. Just to grab a quick note, I've been having trouble with Facebook. Nothing that I publish on the main Facebook page hardly ever gets published or posted on Facebook. It automatically goes to my homepage. Has anybody else had any trouble with that? I don't know.
So are you trying to post an image or content about your DAC business on your personal Facebook page?
No, I've been trying to post it on Facebook, but it automatically goes to my homepage.
Okay. When you're trying to post it on Facebook, what page specifically are you trying to post it to?
Just the main page, and I've been using the other online businesses, opportunities, and working
Right.
from home type thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm following your question 100%, but if you get on Friday's Agent of the Month interview with Shantae Roddy, she is the queen of social media. And she could probably tell you real quick what's going on there and why you're getting that issue. Unless somebody else is on here tonight that's following what Thomas is asking and catching something that I'm not and might have an answer. Anybody? I get on Facebook. I know how to do Facebook posts. I know how to do Facebook Lives, but I'm randomly on it because it just eats up my time and I don't have a lot of time. So sorry, I don't have a better answer for you there, Thomas.
Okay.
Yeah,
It honestly, it just goes to my homepage and it don't get posted on Facebook where it could be recognized and be noticed.
Got it. Yeah, sometimes Facebook won't allow it. It'll sit there and then you come back and check it and it hasn't even been posted. So Harlequin, you had a comment on that?
yeah. With a lot of the groups, they have the settings so that it has to be approved by a moderator or an admin of that particular page. And it may be that you're posting an ad and they don't allow ads on their specific page.
Okay, I've just been recruiting, trying to get a team up, as well as posting ones about the ID.
Yeah, that's
Identity.
still considered advertising, even if you're even if you're trying to recruit. So check the pages that you're on. They will list what their rules are. And if it says no spam, then you can't post it on there. Okay. You can go and say, hey, is anybody interested in making extra money? Or, you can do something roundabout, but you can't put something specifically that says, hey, I'm looking for people to work with me.
Yeah, I've been mainly doing, work from home, no upfront cost to join,
Yeah, you're advertising by doing it that way. But I think Grace has her hand up and I know she's really good at that as well. Okay. I'm guessing that she's trying to answer something. She kept popping up. So we'll let her talk for a second.
There you go. Thanks for your question, Thomas.
Thomas, when you're talking about the home page or the main page, are you talking about you want it to show up in the news feed so that your friends can see what you're posting?
Yes.
Okay, when you post it on your own wall, your friends see whatever you put on your own wall. That shows up in the news feed.
Okay. They don't show up on the main Facebook.
Yes. So if your friends are following what you are posting, then they will see what goes on your wall. And the more people enjoy what you see, if they like it, if they share it, then the more people, like the algorithm in Facebook puts it in front of more people. But that's how you would put something in the news feed, is by putting it on your own wall. So you've already done that.
Okay. Thanks, Grace.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Grace. Good to see you. And that
Can we see more of the baby?
Yeah. This is Samuel.
Oh, Samuel is a cutie. Hey, Samuel, this is my baby. This is Lucy. Nancy in the room here, so I decided to pick her up. Yeah. Well, good stuff. And Thomas, on Facebook, I do know this, that if you're just constantly posting about business stuff, you're going to have much less following than if you will post like one business post and a couple of personal posts, or something that is interesting and something that your general audience is going to follow. So you want to kind of follow that ruling. But again, I would plug in on Friday when Shantae does her interview. She is a master at social media, and she'll be giving out some good tips on that. So thank you, Grace. Appreciate that too. All right. Anybody else got questions or comments before we wrap up for the night? Am I seeing anything there that I'm missing, Harlequin, or not seeing it, I guess, if I'm missing it?
Yeah, there's actually one more from Roxana. What are
Okay.
the different ways that you promote to business owners?
What are the different ways to promote to business owners? Everything that we train on, whether you're doing in person and you're just meet and greet, doing your normal following your dollar when you're out shopping and spending your own money. Oh, by the way, I just want to introduce myself and leave my card behind, as I have my DAC funding cards, my older funding cards here. I've got one of every product that we have, and I have that based on whatever it is that I want to approach. Doing the email campaigns, everything that we teach in training works. It really just depends on which avenue you want to follow and put into your portfolio of reach out methods there, but they all work. So I don't have anything specific other than, because I've done it all and I do it all. I've really gotten to the point, Roxana, where I'm really good at listening to what someone is saying. And as they're talking and sharing about their business or a friend, or I'm listening to stories, my ears are always perked to how can I help this person, whether it be just genuinely sharing something outside of DAC that can help them, or whether it's something that we offer with DAC that helps them. But I'm always in that helping mode and spirit when I listen to people, and I like being a problem solver and finding solutions to help people with whatever's going on. So with that thought process, I'm always fine-tuned to hear where DAC might be able to provide a solution for a business owner. So hopefully that helped. Thank you for the question. All right, anybody else right before we wrap up? Glad to have you guys that are new on
Jeffrey
here
has
tonight.
his hand raised.
I'm sorry?
Jeffrey has his hand raised.
Okay. Hey, Jeffrey, let's
Hi,
ask
Helen.
you
How
to
are you today?
unmute. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Excellent. Thank you.
Great. Just had a quick question. I have a business owner that did apply for the offer for Bank Breezy, but it was a couple of weeks ago. And he just came back today and said he wanted to go ahead and accept the offer. But so he clicked the link, but when he clicked the link, it said that you've already accepted an offer. When he filled in the rest of the information, it said you've already accepted an offer. So he just went ahead and sent an email to Bank Breezy. So I mean, I don't know if there was anything else I could do to follow up or to check up on that.
Yeah.
Is it
So
you-
when he applied 2 weeks ago, did he actually accept the offer, but did not move through requesting the contract?
He actually did not accept it. It just said, it said you're off. You gave him an offer. He didn't accept it. And now he's coming back and saying he wants to accept it 2 weeks later. Gotcha.
Yeah. So if the link that he has initially is not working for him, he can send an email to apply@bitty.advance, BITTY advance.com. If he doesn't get a pretty quick reply on that, Jeffrey, you as the agent can use our support line. And the support email is bankbreezysupport@bittyadvance.com. Okay. That's only for agents to use, bankbreezysupport@bittyadvance.com. If you've got a pressing issue with a client that's in the middle of the application process and them sending an email to apply@bittyadvance.com does not get a quick response, then that's your method to get top tier support in the middle of that. But let me make a note of this, Jeffrey. There are 5 pieces of information that you need to include, or your client needs to include whenever you're doing email correspondence with them, so that they can locate that file much easier. The business name, the business owner's name, the email address that the applicant would have used, the cell phone number that they would have used in the application process where they received the text message, and the EIN number for their business. Those pieces of information, our team at Bitty can plug it in real quick and find that. If they just do the business name, there could be multiple businesses with a similar name. So all 5 of those pieces of information will help them lock it in real quick and find who it is that they're needing to help.
Great. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for the question. And
All right.
congratulations on having a client that's saying they're ready to move forward. That's good.
Thank you.
All right. And I see
Okay.
Stephen's got his hand up. What do you have,
Yeah.
Stephen?
Yeah, hi Alan. Can you hear me?
I can. You sound great.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for your response about the paid ads. I had one more question. I just remember last week, actually, one of my older leads, I have an existing leads prospect that I sent to Bank Breezy, and when he applied it, he said he got a message said it's a duplicate.
Okay.
And
And
does it mean that he's already applied with other DAC agent?
he's already applied with Biddy Advance somewhere, but very possibly he has gone through either your link, maybe going through your link one time and it timed out and he went back in and tried to start over again. It'll automatically kick him out as a duplicate. He may have already applied with another sales organization that markets for Biddy Advance. Now, let me clarify this. When David talks about us and Bank Breezy and saying that we're the only company out here that's doing what we do, he's referring to the Bank Breezy platform, which was built specifically for DAC by our partners at Biddy Advance. They built this platform to make it 100% online and being built for speed because of all the agents that we have in the field, right? Biddy Advance knows that DAC is and is going to be the largest revenue stream that they have because of all the independent agents that we have out there. So we have that unique proprietary platform of Bank Breezy. But there are other independent sales organizations, otherwise known as ISOs. There are other ISOs that have been marketing and are marketing the Biddy Advance products, right? They just don't have the Bank Breezy fully automated platform that we do. So he could have entered an application through another ISO, therefore he's showing as a duplicate in the system. But the real way to find out the answer to that is for the client to email apply@biddyadvance.com with those 5 pieces of information. Again, if they don't get the response, then you as the referring agent can email Bank Breezy support@biddyadvance.com with those 5 pieces of information and get a reply or response back from the team at Biddy.
Okay, got it. Thank you, Ellen.
Okay. Yep. You're welcome. Thanks again for the question. Good stuff. Again,
Ellen,
you've got, even though they're a duplicate, you've got an applicant going through. And guys, y'all don't know how huge that is. You know, whether you've got someone that is applying and it's a duplicate, or they didn't accept the offer, but 2 weeks later they're coming back to accept the offer, or you are only getting declines because you've had so many people go through and every notification that you get back via email says decline, decline, decline. That just means that you're getting closer to a client that's going to accept the offer and you get a funded deal, right? So don't let those deter you or depress you. It's just a step of the process that gets you closer to finding the clients that are going to say yes. Then you get a funded deal. And in that process, you're going to be putting a lot of people in the funnel. And the more people that you put in the funnel, the more people that will start popping out 2 weeks later, or 3 weeks later, or a month, or 2 months later. So Harlequin, sorry, what was that you were trying to say?
well, I was going to add to what you were saying for Stephen's client. Whenever they send the information in saying that they got a duplicate, make sure that they identify that Stephen had sent them and put his agent ID number on there, just in case they had applied through somewhere else, but it had been too long, so that he'll get the credit for it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, the other comment that I would make, he had posted a thing about his Facebook ad account had gotten banned, but he commented that he uses his own domain and he redirects it to Bank Breezy. And what I would say to that, Stephen, is you want to have it go to the David Allen Capital 25 up to 25K today, rather than redirecting it to the Bank Breezy site.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Any reason why?
For the same reason, they will go and tag it as being, even though they still tag it as being a bank, misrepresenting as a bank.
I see. Got it. Okay. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Even if,
and again,
even if you're
I don't know.
using a redirect.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard that whole explanation earlier about Google accounts and Facebook. And again, we are not misrepresenting anything, but they take that because our name is Bank Breezy, our brand name is, that we are supposed to be a bank. And when they think of a bank, they're thinking of SunTrust and Bank of America, and where people go borrow money or deposit money, right? And we're not. It's just part of our branding. So they don't get it, and they flag us as being fraudulent, which we're not, but under their terms and conditions and the folks that are scanning and approving ads, that has been what keeps coming back to bite us. So use the David Allen Capital site like Harlequin said, and that should alleviate the problem.
Understood. Thank you.
Okay, anybody else? Questions, comments? Nothing. I don't see anybody's hand raised. We will wrap up. I'll get this posted on my YouTube channel, and I will get the registration link out for the Atlanta event. If you guys want to come participate in that, I would love to meet you guys in person. Craigslist ads, I'll send out the team folder so you've got access to that. I appreciate you guys taking time to be here tonight. That really shows me your commitment to DAC, your commitment to your business. And the more committed you are, the more committed I am to helping you, right? So let's do this. Let's do it together. We've got Friday, Shantae Roddy's Agent of the Month interview, and then Saturday is Super Saturday. It's going to be a phenomenal event. So I look forward to seeing you guys on the next Zoom. Have a great evening, everyone. Take care. We'll see you next time.